Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here from Brother Roberts Field on the campus of Beverly High School to bring you Panthers baseball once again. Dominic Lorenzana alongside Rich Francis bringing you the action today as the Beverly Panthers get ready to take on the Sachems from Saugus on this wonderful Friday morning. And, Rich, it's turning out to be a better day for baseball than I kind of initially expected.
Yeah, I brought multiple layers,
Same.
and I'm not wearing all of them right now, which is always good. So, there's a little bit of sun, more clouds than sun, but got a little breeze blowing out towards center field. It's probably just under 50 degrees, probably about 49. Wind chill's probably about 46, 47, I'd say.
Around that time when I just looked at my weather app here right before first pitch, I had about 48 degrees.
Okay,
Sun is not completely clouded, not completely overshadowed by the clouds. And, the beautiful thing about doing this in the morning, though, is it's not going to get colder as progressively as we go on.
It may warm up. For this time of year where we are, this is good baseball weather.
Yeah, I know.
We've had some much worse weather in previous seasons. So we'll take this. I think the coldest guys are going to be the ones in the dugout with a little extra shade in there.
Yeah, probably.
We got the sun to our back, so it won't be so bad.
No, not at all. But anyway, so Beverly coming into this game now at 2-1. They did drop a game to Marblehead since we were last here. But other than that, Panthers playing pretty good. Micah McManus, the left-hander, on the mound today. And for those of you tuning in who might be new to Panthers baseball this year, Rich, tell us what you expect to see from, tell the viewers what they should expect to see from Micah McManus.
Well, Micah, he's your typical lefty, kind of crafty, hits the corners pretty well, good movement on the ball. He'll sneak that fastball past you. But he's the kind of guy that on a cold day you like to have out there because he's usually around the strike zone. And he kind of moves the game along. So,
yeah, he's got a big, classic left-handed, big, slow breaking ball. If I remember correctly, very much throws the ball a lot like Barry Zito. So, umps there. They're going over whatever they need to go over right now. We should be pretty close to first pitch. And Micah McManus, as we mentioned, the man on the hill for the Panthers. The lineup he will face from Saugus, leading things off, the catcher Nathan Sorko, followed by the second baseman Tyler Riley. And hitting third, Cam Sarko, the shortstop. In the cleanup spot, Shane Bork, the right fielder. Followed by the handwriting is Zetz, the third baseman.
I think it's
Zeitz, the third baseman. Followed by Cam Bernard, who's also on the hill today for the Sachems. Jordan Rodriguez, the center fielder. And rounding out the lineup is Connor Bloom, the first baseman. And Connor Kellner, the center fielder. So that is the lineup here set to face the Panthers.
Yeah, so as we always say with the disclaimer, any names that are pronounced incorrectly, it's because we get the lineups from the coaches, and handwriting is not a prerequisite as a head coach. I think that last name you mentioned is Kelleher.
Kelleher, yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Anyway, so the defensive positioning, too, behind Micah, and as you mentioned, Micah, a guy who probably going to have the ball be in play a little bit more than when Connor Gavin is on. Gavin a bit more of a Graham Gavin. I knew it was going to happen.
It's going to happen.
I knew it was going to happen eventually. Graham Gavin, who's more of a power pitcher. So behind the plate is Mikey O'Leary. At first base, Casey McGrath. The second baseman, Danny Pierce. Jonathan Reyes over there at short, and Colby McLean at third. The outfield will consist of Charlie Salerno, Devin Koloski, and Adam Porcello, the right fielder.
Adam Porcello, a call-up, we are told.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to get the book on him. But, for a guy who just comes up, hopefully he doesn't get a whole lot of action, which means the pitcher's doing okay if your outfielders aren't getting a whole lot of action.
No, I know, right? I've done so many of his games, but I still just find it funny every time I watch Micah.
Barry Zito.
He literally is.
The way he starts, the way he stands to start.
Yeah. It's like spitting image. His stuff, too, his fastball, I feel like Graham's is a true four-seam fastball, pretty straight. Obviously, it's got late life to it kind of rise a bit.
Yeah.
But a little bit of run. But I feel like Micah really has got some two-seam action a lot on his fastball.
Yep. That's as we were saying, there's a lot of movement on his ball, and it's not movement just with curveballs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Every pitch he throws, you see in some kind of movement.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Which is always nice because it keeps the batters off balance.
Yes. Again, the movement can usually stop you from getting the ball on the barrel.
Yeah, and that two-seamer, he can kind of use it two ways, almost like a cutter, or that tailing fastball, which is almost to a right-handed hitter, it's almost like a righty throwing a slider, the way the ball slides away from the right-handed hitter.
Micah, a guy that, we see Graham Gavin be able to work up in the zone with his fastball. Micah, a guy that probably is going to want to keep the ball down a little bit more, Rich.
Yeah, yep.
There's always the chance that, and, we've seen this many a times, he is good enough with his off-speed that he can actually work in reverse. He has started guys with breaking balls, and that's when you can sneak that fastball in upstairs. But for the most part, probably Micah, a guy you're going to want to see keep the ball down a little bit more.
Yeah, I was talking with Coach Malaya and talking about that game that Tanner Houck threw the other day for the Red Sox. Under 2 hours, about 100 pitches or so. You throw strikes, you get ground balls, the game moves along fast.
Yeah. So here is Nathan Sorko standing in. Micah winds and fires, and we are underway. With the first pitch that misses looked like a little bit low.
It takes 3 pitches for a strikeout, only 1 for a ground ball.
Indeed. That was quite the game that Tanner Houck just threw. Still feel like there's not going to be a lot of bright spots this year with the Sox, but I do believe
that kind of stuff.
I do believe in Tanner Houck. I don't think he was healthy much last year. Is that Tom?
Tom Donovan's in the house.
Tom Donovan's in the house. Wow. Good to see Tom. There's a strike from Micah.
So Tommy's buddy Freddie Smuckler the other day. Freddie Smuckler.
Smuckler.
At the softball game.
Yeah, you did mention that. True Beverly fan right there, going to more than just the basketball. Micah gets that one by Sorko. Actually, he might have got a piece of it there. But with that, Micah able to even up the count back at 2-2.
Yeah, there are quite a few people in town here. If there's a game, they're here. Jack Dean's one of those kind of guys.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter who's playing, what the sport is, tends to be at a game.
Strike 3 as he comes back and K's Nathan Sorko to begin the ballgame.
That was that two-seamer.
Jack is the one. Was Jack the one who managed all those giant teams in Little League?
Yep.
Those teams, he had some juggernauts.
Oh, yeah.
They won a lot.
It all starts in Little League, right?
Yeah.
For all these kids. Nice pitch right there.
I think my dad faced off him at least once in a city series. I told you before when I played in Little League who I got to play with.
Who's that?
Brendan Flaherty.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Good athlete.
Yeah. I always thought he was going to kill a kid, though.
Ooh,
he would hit the most vicious line drives.
Yeah. And,
Little League's so funny. I wonder if there's ever a day that they're going to be like, we need a third field, not quite as big as the high school major league, but a little bit bigger. There's a few guys that it's just...
That's that intermediate...
there really is.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, especially a few years ago when they had those Mako bats. Kind of looks like the one this guy's using.
Yeah.
The orange bat.
There's a breaking ball foul back towards us.
One of the guys I used to coach with, Matt Fox. Son Nick played with my son Griffin. He used to refer to them as the orange sticks of death because the ball would jump off those bats so fast.
They were banned, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. 2 strikes here on him. Micah, I'm not sure exactly what that was. As we mentioned, his ball, no matter what he throws, is always moving in some way. That one tailing away. Almost like a changeup, maybe?
Yeah, it kind of looked like a changeup, a little high, but...
Oh, yeah, you definitely didn't get where he wanted. But
yeah.
It had that tailing way to the opposite way than what you would have expected. That's a breaking ball that he left up a little bit. Fly out in the center, though, as Koloski is there. Just a couple of steps over and makes the play. 2 away.
On a day like today, you can get away with leaving one upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the ball is traveling a ton.
No.
I mean, we do have the breeze going to center field, but as you could see, Devin really didn't have to move much to go get that.
No.
If you position yourself in the right spot, it's not a problem. This is Cam Sirocco.
Definitely started him out with a breaking ball there as Cam Sirocco fouls that off to the first base side. And as we mentioned, Micah, good enough control with all his stuff that it is not uncommon to see him work in reverse. Especially when you get into the middle of the lineup and you really do want to change things up.
I just noticed Micah not wearing any sleeves today. Like the NFL offensive lineman. Again, it's kind of warm relatively compared to what we had to endure previously.
There's plenty of sun out there on the field, too. That one tailing away from him on the ground over to second. Dives, but just knocks it away, and it's going to be an infield single for Cam Sirocco. Cam Sirocco
couldn't get to it.
That two-seam action we talked about when that ball runs, Cam Sirocco doing a beautiful job right there, Rich, for sure.
Yeah.
What happens? Explain what happens to the audience on a two-seam fastball if you try to pull that thing all the time.
Well, you try to pull it, you're just going to, if you hit it, you're going to foul it off or bury it into the ground. You're not going to do much. You're not going to hit it very hard. And he's off.
He's off. Kind of a high pitch. Not a bad one to throw on, but Cam is going to make it there anyway.
Just a really good jump.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so you're not going to really get a whole lot. So if you try to drive it the other way, you're going to get what we saw right there. That's one of the things that Coach Cahill likes to teach his guys, especially with 2 outs. Take the pitch. They're going to try to work you outside, so take that pitch. A lot of guys don't want to come inside if you crowd the plate a little, so if you... because everyone seems to be afraid of hitting the guy. I mean, umpires have become more aware of guys leaning over the plate and stuff nowadays. So, you're not always going to get the hit batsman if the ball's in the strike zone and it hits you. But as I said, Coach Cahill, he teaches the guys, especially with 2 outs, they're going to try to work you outside, so hit it the other way. There he goes. Nope.
That one in the dirt. There he goes for third. Not a bad throw, but he's going to get it just under there. That was bang, bang, actually.
Yeah, he had a nice jump. I don't think he was originally stealing. He was just getting a big lead.
Oh, yeah.
The ball in the dirt ended up giving me an opportunity to get there. So we got 2-1.
Mm-hmm. So Micah now 2-1 on the cleanup hitter, right fielder Shane Bork, with a man now at third just after the infield hit.
This is one of the things Saugus likes to do. They like to run a lot. They like to get you on your toes.
No. That one did not trickle far enough away from O'Leary. And now the 3-1 here. First base open. Go ahead run at third. Micah doesn't really have to give in here.
Yeah. You do have your cleanup hitter on deck.
No, this is the cleanup hitter.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yep.
But it is still the middle of the order no matter what. Instead, though, he beats the ball into the ground over to second, where Danny Pierce is there to make the play. And after the 2-out single and a couple of steals, no damage comes of it.
Yep, nice job by Micah getting out of that. As we can hear expert analysis to our right.
Yeah, Tom.
You got to win your home games.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You got to win your home games. You got to win the games you got to win, right? I mean, there are certain games that against teams that you should beat. Mm-hmm. Those are the ones you can't give up.
Yes.
You have to win those ones. For example, they went to Marblehead. Marblehead's always good.
Yes.
If you talk to Coach Giardi, he'll tell you we're not good. This is not our year, and then they always end up in the race for the division title. But you go to Marblehead, You lose 5-4. Well, a couple plays here and there could have won a game, but that's kind of stealing a win kind of thing. And if you can pull a couple of those, but the teams that you are definitely better than, you have to win those games.
I 1,000% agree. Although baseball is a bit of a weirder sport than basketball or football. A guy's just kind of on one day, and there's not much you can do about it. But I do agree for the most part. For sure.
You can run into a buzzsaw on the mound, and then you tip your cap and say, all right, well, the guy just beat us.
Yeah.
But,
I think over the years, hasn't Beverly baseball, the last couple of years we've been doing this, right? Probably better than Gloucester for the most part, but Gloucester had that one lefty on the mound. And anytime you saw him, you could be in for a real tough day.
Brett Moore.
Thank you, Brett Moore.
You're talking about, who's playing over at Gordon College now. So you face a guy like that, and you struggle with it, and you tip your cap. But that's one of those other things, and you wonder how much, coaches look into, okay, we're facing this pitcher today. I'm not going to put my best pitcher out there because I want to have that guy available for a more winnable game versus, he's their ace. We're going to put our ace out there and see who's better.
Yeah. All right, so the Beverly lineup, Danny Pierce leading things off, the second baseman, followed by Devin Kolosky, Charlie Salerno batting third, Casey McGrath in the cleanup spot, Micah McManus on the hill batting fifth, Colby McLean, the third baseman, in the sixth spot, Jonathan Reyes, seventh, eighth is the catcher Mikey O'Leary, and rounding out the lineup, the call-up, Adam Porcello, who is in right field. All of those men facing Cam Bernard, the man on the hill for the Sachems, as Danny is getting ready to come in.
So I think
I missed one?
Cal McKay's the DH.
Okay.
He's going to be hitting for Porcello, it looks like.
Okay.
Tommy, even better, I can text it to you.
Rich, as I've told you before, this is early for me in my schedule. Strike? Nope. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, that was a real sharp breaking ball from Bernard. He's got Danny 0-2 now. Ooh, changes up the delivery a little bit. Ground ball over the shortstop. Scoops, throws.
Coming off the bag.
Coming off the bag a little bit, but he was able to keep that foot on just long enough to get the out. And a 3-pitch ground out there by Pierce, and a good start for Cam Bernard there. So far, what I'm seeing from Cam, decent fastball. He's got a real tight, sharp breaking ball.
Yeah.
At least the one he threw to Danny. Look at that. Left that one up. Devin Kolosky, the center fielder. Usually we see him in that leadoff spot, but Rich, as you mentioned, he's hitting so well right now. Coach might want him to put him down a little bit and see if somebody can get on in front of him.
And, if the leadoff guy doesn't get on base, then Devin becomes the leadoff guy. That's all. Expect to see him, if he gets on, to run around the base a little bit. There's that outside strike that all these umpires seem to.
Yeah.
All right, so, as we were saying, Coach Cahill teaches his guys, get up in the box a little, that outside pitch, go the other way, and Devin does that pretty well.
Well, I was about to say that if he's getting that outside call today, that's not a huge issue for the way Devin Kolosky is able to cover that side of the plate and hit. Devin swung on and fouled off. Kolosky, again, great job of tracking the ball and keeps his hands back when he needs to. But also, he's got a quick enough bat there. I think he was thinking he was going to get another breaking ball. He was able to get to the fastball, though, still.
There's the breaking ball.
And there is the breaking ball.
You can see the catcher was set up outside. Full count now.
Mm-hmm. Bernard winds and fires, and Koloski looks at one for strike 3.
That's a tough pitch right there.
It really is. Just sort of painting that outer half, a pitch that really freezes you on a full count.
It was a little low. You know, if that ball's up about 4 more inches, I'd say, yeah, definitely a strike. That's a tough pitch for a hitter to get to.
Right. So anyway, 2 gone, and now Charlie Salerno, the man standing in.
The shortstop playing him to pull.
Mm-hmm. Cam Bernard, another one. Micah McManus, the spitting image of Barry Zito. He reminds me of Cody Allen.
Okay.
Closer for Cleveland a couple of years ago. Had a couple of decent years. Cam works completely from the stretch. Similar stuff, too.
That's a ball?
Yeah, it is. So far, all I'm seeing from Cam is just fastball, breaking ball.
Yeah. Yep.
Just like Cody Allen.
That's a strike.
Yep.
That is an outside strike. Pretty sure if the ball's in the batter's box, it's not supposed to be a strike.
Oof. Swing and a miss there by Charlie, and Cam Bernard has got him in the hole a little bit now.
Yeah, the plate is the strike zone, not those lines.
Charlie swung on, slow roll over to first base. This could be a tough play.
Oh,
First
nice
baseman flips, and the pitcher got there just in time. And it's a nice and easy 1-2-3 inning for Cam Bernard. We'll go to the second with no score here, still from Brother Roberts Field.
All right, so 16 pitch inning or so. Again, our pitch count is not official because I get distracted.
Well, listen, if we're going to do pitch counts, that's exactly the kind of thing that you need a third person for. So.
Yeah, and
shout out to
our
Al.
third guy, Al Visnick, not here today. Al, has to work.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was on vacation.
No, he's working.
Oh, okay. How inconsiderate of him.
I know. Those employers expecting you to do so much.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people think this is our primary source of income.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Life would be very difficult if that was the case. It's the endorsements, Tom.
Yes, it is.
Kind of like Caitlin Clark. She's not going to make a whole lot in salary, but
no,
she'll be making her money in endorsements.
For sure.
I saw her, the contract that she'll be signing. Not a whole lot of money in the WNBA right now.
No, there's not.
That could change.
It could. Definitely could. You need a superstar to get people in, and at least Caitlin Clark is one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know that was the most people that have ever watched the WNBA draft, so.
Right.
You got to hope that some of those players, though, that she played against can take a little bit more of their stardom into the league, too. Because, I mean, Angel Reese, Paige Becker has gotten far more attention, too, than I've ever seen a girls basketball player get before in college.
Yeah, I think
so if those ones can bring some viewers in, too, then, maybe some things could change.
Yeah, I think this
because as big as the deal Caitlin Clark is, she can't do it all herself.
I think this year's draft class has a couple of those players. Who was it that went number 2 from Stanford? Brink, Cameron Brink.
Okay.
She's got the potential for that too. To be a superstar in that realm.
Mm-hmm. Strike 2. Micah starting this at-bat much better than he started the opening guy as he has gotten ahead in emphatic fashion. This is Zeitz, the man standing in. Zeitz, Cam Bernard, and Jordan Rodriguez, the men scheduled to face Micah in this inning. Breaking ball runs in on his hands. Popped it up. Micah's going to go over there himself off the mound and make the play.
Not as much action going on over on Frank 40 Field as I'd imagine.
No.
Saw a lacrosse practice, a few people running. Looks like track squads out there running now.
Still hear Tom and his friend talking over there.
Yeah.
I heard someone say something about the Sox, so I thought they were going to talk about some brutal Red Sox defense, but he was actually talking about Cleveland's third baseman, Jose Ramirez, who was anything but brutal. Rich, I don't think I've ever seen in all my years of watching baseball, not that I'm not old, but I've always watched baseball.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a major league team as poor defensively as this Red Sox team. It's not the worst team I've ever seen, but defensively it might be.
You know, Dom, analytics.
I know.
It's all about the long ball and that kind of stuff.
I think it's more all about the budget.
Yeah.
With John.
I would
right
agree
now.
with you there. And, you know, it's not like some of these other sports, like the NFL or the NBA, where a team tanks to get that number one pick.
No.
You know, because there's no guarantee that if you draft a guy, he's going to sign him.
Oh, the major league draft has meant almost nothing for so long. It's like gambling. I know that was a healthy amount of leeway he gave him on the outside corner.
The catcher had to reach for that. Still got it.
But Cam Bernard goes down looking. Cam Bernard can't say anything because he's pitching. You just got to file that away.
You know, you wonder, has there been a missive sent down to the umpires to, speed the game along?
I wonder.
Doing the wrong book here.
Uh-oh. You'd be like that sometimes. This is Jordan Rodriguez, the center fielder, standing in as Micah has retired the first two men. That one on the outer half, swing and a miss, and a 1-2-3 inning for Micah Manis. 2 punch-outs in the inning, and a very efficient inning at that for the Beverly left-hander.
Yeah, so that definitely ruins my pitch count because I was scoring the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Well, he did not throw a lot of pitches, though, at least. I will tell you that much.
Yeah, I want to say probably about 10 or so.
Probably in that range, 10 to 13.
Yeah, we just, an estimate. It's really, for us, the pitch count estimate is to try to figure out how much longer a pitcher has to go before the coach pulls him.
Mm-hmm. Do you know when their next game is? Do they have one on the road after this somewhere? Actually, that's always.
I think they're on the road tomorrow.
Oh, so just by tomorrow. Well, if they're playing right away by tomorrow, maybe the pitch count's not going to matter as much for Micah because the coach already just assumes he's not going to be available.
Right. Yeah, they get to head up to Lawrence tomorrow.
Oof.
They play again on Monday at Masconomet. And then Wednesday we'll be back here against Danvers.
Mm.
So we'll be back here on Wednesday anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what do you got? Casey McGrath coming up here?
Yep.
All right, so those two guys I put in the wrong spot in the book, I just got to hope the exact same thing happens.
So McGrath standing in now against Bernard. First one missing upstairs. As we well know at this point, certainly didn't miss outside. Casey going old school. No batting gloves.
Like to see that. Don't know if it's always the right move, but works for him.
Casey, high fly ball.
That's going to be trouble.
I know, that is going to be trouble out in no man's land. The shortstop is able to go over there, though, and make the play. Luckily, no collision there between the left fielder and the shortstop. That was a nice play.
Yep. Thought it was going to drop into that dead man's land there.
Mm-hmm. And you get those guys colliding in that sort of Bermuda Triangle area, always scary. Happened to the Sox a couple of nights. Tyler O'Neill got himself now on the DL. Look at the bunt. Good idea. Decent execution, but just a little foul.
Now you pull the third baseman in a little.
Probably.
Take that outside pitch and you slap it by.
And as you see, he's right there on the lip of the grass. Now. And that's what Micah just tried to do right there. Tried to shoot it that way right past him now. But
now the third baseman is playing back a little.
But he fouled it off back towards the track. All right, Bernard's got his counterpart 0-2 now. And Micah lines it into left, but it's going to hang up there, and the left fielder are going to come in and make the play. That one definitely hung up longer than I thought it was going to off the bat.
Yeah, it looked like it might have dropped down there, but just stayed up there.
Both pitchers look pretty settled in, working with a pretty good pace. Colby McLean. Actually, no, my thing is wrong. This is the DH, McKay?
No, this is McLean.
Okay, it is McLean.
And McKay's on deck.
Okay. Now, I can't say anything about my book, anything about your book, because mine is actually so much worse. Swung on, hit on the ground over to shortstop.
Through the wickets.
Through the wickets, as you mentioned. And that will get in center field and will make the inning continue.
All right, so Cal McKay, lefty, sophomore. Sure his grandfather, Ed Armstrong's watching at home. Ed's a big fan of Beverly Sports and BevCam.
So 2 gone, the man on. Highway of the error. And now McKay standing in. Seeing if he can keep this inning alive. Or even find a gap somewhere and put him ahead.
See if the runner's going to go. Will they run? Cal, good-sized sophomore. Played tight end and linebacker. Football team this year.
That was a beautiful breaking ball snapped off there by Bernard. To even this count back up. Or is it 2-1?
0-2.
Oh, it's 0-2. Okay. And he gets that one by McKay, so Bernard is able to pretty quickly get over the error as he strikes out McKay.
12-pitch inning or so, something like that. All right, now my scorebook's back to normal.
And on to the third with no score still here. I can hear that Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Yeah, I know. Are you working an ad in there for him? Yeah, you know.
Not yet.
Got to keep the pipes lubricated, you know?
It's not about staying awake.
That too. There you go. How's that now?
That's great. America runs on.
At least I do. Yeah.
Massachusetts runs on.
Yeah. They don't have quite the presence Starbucks does around the world, but I think they're trying.
Yeah, they are trying. They are definitely trying. Hasn't Starbucks taken a hit a little bit?
Yeah, it's weird. You know, they close some shops and then they open up some new ones.
Oh, listen, I'm not saying that. We know Starbucks is just fine. But I felt like for probably a good 5-year span of my life, they were just head and shoulders.
Yeah. Yep.
Above everybody else. The stock price was always great, just printing money.
Well, you know, Starbucks is interesting because they do so much research into where they're going to put their outlets. And you'll see a depressed neighborhood, the Starbucks goes in, then you start to see the rest of the neighborhood developing.
Interesting.
And because they do their to use a baseball term, analytics, to what's a place that we're going to see some renewal happen.
Mm-hmm. Micah beautifully painting that two-seamer on the outer half. Breaking ball there. High fly in the left field. Bending towards the line. That's going to fall in.
No.
Oh, no, foul.
The third base coach thought it was fair.
I thought it was, too. That was close.
But you didn't see an argument from the coach. So
No, you didn't.
Just trying to sell it.
This is the first baseman, Connor Bloom. Lefty on left. Let's see if McManus tries to bury this breaking ball down and away now. Big sweeper. Nope, blows a fastball by him, elevated a little bit.
Connor Bloom, an appropriate name here in the springtime. And another Connor Kelleher. Fine Irish boy.
There's that tailing action. So hard to tell if it's his fastball or his changeup sometimes from up here.
I know.
Because they both tail. I think that might have been a straight change.
Devin Kolosky's dad, Mike, getting an airful right now. Tommy Donovan.
That one missing up, and now 2-1.
This is where Mike's wishing someone would call.
Swing and a miss as he gets Kelleher to climb the ladder there. He might have had ball 3.
Yeah, that ball did look like it was out of the strike zone.
So Micah back to 2-2 even.
What do you think? Outside corner?
Yep. Right there, get that tailing action on that fastball. Nip that outside corner.
5th strikeout for McManus today.
Did you see that? In the left field, I thought there was 3 outs.
That's why every pitch is supposed to show the outs, right?
Oh, hard lace down the third baseline. That one is certainly a fair ball. Headed back towards, let's go past the fence. And he's in the second with a ringing 2-out double. By the way, this is where adjustment time could come in for Micah.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, he's been around the strike zone quite a bit, which you always want to be. But at the same time, once you get through the order and they know that, sometimes they'll look to ambush you right away. And it looked like Sorko had a pretty good inkling that he was going to get something good to hit right away, and he decided to go right for it.
Yeah, so Soroko's the catcher, so they're going to use a courtesy runner. Javier Cruz Fuentes out there running for the catcher now.
Tyler Riley in for the second time so far. Micah will have to work with 2 outs and a man in scoring position.
Riley fly to center last at bat.
There's a strike.
Micah creeping up on 40 pitches. Yeah. Got him going.
He got him leaning.
But that wasn't that wasn't a designed play necessarily. So
no, it was not. And therefore, the second baseman was not there when they did have him leaning. Strike. Micah now 1-2 on Riley.
That outside strike is a pitcher's best friend.
It really is.
It's interesting if you look at where the umpires lined up.
And there's that two-seamer low outer half, and he gets Riley swinging. McManus does strike out the side, not in order though, as Nathan Soroka had that big two-out, had that ringing two-out double. But Micah able to strand another man in scoring position and on to the bottom of the third with no score here.
Yeah, so I got him at about 20 pitches here.
Credit, well, I mean, both of these guys are using it, but Micah is wearing it out as far as if you're going to give me that outside strike, he is taking liberal use of it.
Yeah. So, let's see. Okay. All right, so, both pitchers just kind of cruising along. Looks like it might be a small ball kind of affair.
Yeah.
Got to get a guy on base so you can move him around.
Yeah, both guys are looking really good. Micah McManus feels like he's got all his pitches working. He's moving it around effectively in the zone, and as I mentioned, doing a great job of just using that outside corner. Cam Bernard, 2 pitches, but both look very sharp. He's been able to use the breaking ball at all different times in sequence. So.
Yeah, Bernard, 2 innings, only faced 7 batters. So this is where, Reyes, he himself is a pretty decent bunter. You might see him try to bunt to get on.
Let's see how they have him played.
Yeah. Or, just try to get on base and then move some stuff around.
They do have the third baseman back a little bit. You could try and sneak one down right now.
Yeah, he'll probably creep up a little.
Strike.
But, third baseman's creeping some, but not much.
No, he's not.
Guess it could get a bunt down. Breaking ball.
Ooh.
Well, it started pretty high. Dropped down into the strike zone.
Yes.
Tough pitch.
Yeah, 0-2 now.
You guess those calls.
Nope.
Just a little bit outside.
Yep.
The catcher's frame couldn't sell it.
No. All right, the 1-2 now coming to Reyes. Breaking ball as Reyes flies it in the center field. The center fielder going back a little bit, but he had it the whole way as he cruises to it.
Catchers need to be careful with the framing. You don't want to frame something that's way outside because then
I'm not going to believe you.
In, right? Well, no, and some umpires may take offense to it.
Yes. Well, you shouldn't do that.
No, but, they are human.
Yeah. You got to try. But I do agree sometimes that catchers probably should be a bit more aware of, listen, if it's not there, sometimes you just got to, it's not there.
Because then the one that's close, you can steal it, right?
Yes.
And then there's Angel Hernandez. He's just, I don't know if there's just more video of him or if he's just getting worse.
I think he's getting worse. I do think he's getting worse.
And it doesn't help when you have all these,
no.
all these, analytical
no
reviews of an umpire.
Breaking ball swung on, flied.
It's going to be caught.
Yeah, it's going to be caught. The ball's really hanging up.
Yeah.
Right fielder sliding over to make the catch.
All right, so Danny Pierce coming back up now. It's interesting when you look at, Major League umpires. Major League ball player isn't doing well. He gets sent down. There's really no recourse with the umpires.
No, there really is not. You do feel like eventually they're going to have to retire him, but...
Yeah. Or you send a guy back down to the minors or something. Like they do in
Of all the sports,
soccer.
though, I still got to say I have the least gripe with baseball officiating. NFL officiating, that's a different story.
Yeah. NFL officiating, a call can really swing momentum. I mean, you could get it here in baseball, too, but...
Ooh, they said he did go. 2 strikes on Pierce. Yeah, I'd say Cam really has got a real good breaking ball today.
Yeah.
That thing is sharp. All right, the 1-2 now to Pierce. He sort of pops this one up in the right field. The right fielder
nice
coming
catch.
over, makes the catch. That time he truly did slide over.
Looked like that might have dropped there for a second.
I know.
So both pitchers right around 40 pitches. Both
Cam's-
kind of moving along nicely.
Yeah, Cam staying efficient there. He's got good, sharp stuff, but he's only got 2 strikeouts, just sort of inducing weak contact and getting the ball in play for outs. But he would have faced the minimum if it wasn't for an error.
Yeah.
So he has been absolutely cruising.
You know, as we had said before, Saugus likes to get the motor running a little bit. You know, try to make you make a mistake. They don't seem to have the big, the big boppers. So they got to piece stuff together. That's why you're seeing these guys taking off, stealing. I think if you see Saugus get a guy on base, expect to see a pickoff. Not just a throw over, but an attempt to actually pick a guy off. Because, they've gotten a couple of nice jumps. And, Micah has shown that he's got a decent pickoff move.
Yes.
We just haven't seen it today.
Well, there hasn't been a ton of traffic on the bases. There's just been the 2 hits, and one of them was a double, so the guy was immediately on second.
Yeah.
Cam Sorko singled back in the first, and then Nathan Sorko is the man who doubled in the third. So the Sorokos are the only ones with hits so far off McManus.
Getting a little more sun now, Dom.
Yeah, lovely.
Warming up just a bit. Kind of reminds you of New Orleans, doesn't it?
Yeah, calm down a little
Not quite. Not quite.
It does. New Orleans in December. I remember the day when I was the week right before, and I was moving back, and it was the week of November. And I was sitting out front, and I got cold. And I was like, wow, I wonder what it is. And I looked, and it was 60 degrees. And I was like, wow, I'm going to be in so much trouble when I get back. Strike. Burying that one on the inner half into Cam. As we mentioned, Cam is one of the people with the only 2 hits off Micah so far. Breaking ball on the inner half, and that one is hit foul.
Two.
Came inside on back-to-back pitches, see if he tries to get that extra reach on the outer half. He did. Slow roller. Reyes is going to have to charge. Going to make a throw. Nice pick.
Nice pick by Casey McGrath.
He didn't.
He couldn't pick it up.
He couldn't quite pick it. Oof. Tough play.
Yeah.
Scoring in a hit.
Yeah, that was a tough play.
So Sorko with his second hit. Now Shane will stand in. And for the first time, Saugus has a leadoff man on. Both times they've gotten guys on, there were already 2 outs at least.
Soroko's got 2 stolen bases, so we know he likes to run. This is your cleanup hitter, so I don't think you're going to see a bunt here.
Definitely. Ooh, I would be very surprised.
That one was close to a balk.
They did call it a balk.
Yeah. He was, you can go 45 degrees with that front foot, but I think he was closer to 60 degrees.
Yeah, he definitely was.
All right.
So a rough start to the inning for Micah here. Some unfortunate slow roller turns into an infield hit. Now a balk.
Now you get a bunt.
And now they're going to bunt. Shane, a beautiful run up the first base side. Tries to slide in the first. Probably to avoid getting hit. And they get the out. But now the go-ahead run just 90 feet away for Zeitz. Micah, not a power guy, but he does have 5 punch-outs today, so he has been able to get guys down by way of a K, and that would be a beautiful time for that.
Yeah. Zeitz fly to pitcher last time. Ooh, that one got away.
That one way outside. He's going to come home, and he is going to score with ease. And the Sachems break the stalemate first here in the 4th.
And that is what we call manufacturing a run.
A certain kind of manufacturing.
Yeah. Not entirely manufactured, kind of given to you with that box. But.
Swing and a miss from Bork, and Micah at least has clean base paths now to work with, as he can just bear down and keep this at 1-0. You know, now might be a nice time for the catcher to go out there.
Yeah.
His body language looks a little bit miff. Which I would understand.
Yeah.
As a pitcher, I'd rather just give up a ringing double on a run than some of the other things.
Right. Infield hit, balk.
Yeah. Wild pitch.
Sack bunt.
If you're going to get me, actually get me.
Yeah.
And that one sliced in the right field. Foul.
It's actually turned out to be a pretty nice day.
No, it really is. I might have to take off my my larger coat right now.
We see the blimp that's been flying around lately. Not going to do any advertisement for them.
No. That one missing outside in ball 4, the first walk of the game. And actually the first walk of the game for either side. That was Zeitz, right? This is Cam? Yep. My book's a mess. So pitcher working against pitcher now with the man over at first and 1 away. Cam lines that in the right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Up with it is Porcello, who gets it in.
That's textbook right there. Hit the ball, move the runner over. Hit the ball to the right side of the field.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Coach Malaya come out.
Mm-hmm. It's a good time, too.
So you got first and second, 1 out. Jordan Rodriguez struck out last time. You wonder, as coach is talking to him, they're thinking about like a bunt steal situation.
Do you think they're talking situation a lot, or do you think it's more just trying to reset? I mean, I know they're talking some strategy, but...
Oh, I think I was talking about the Saugus coach.
Oh, okay.
But, you also have to be aware, situation-wise, right? They didn't pull the whole infield. Situation-wise, if this kid does lay down a bunt, you get, first baseman's playing back.
That's exactly what he does, and bunts it foul up that third base side. Certainly at least I would be telling my team when there is at least 1 out in the bottom of the order, if he bunts, don't try and be a hero. Just get the out. Just get the out at first. I don't care if it's a pretty mediocre bunt. Just get the out at first. I can live with second and third and 2 outs. and the number 8 hitter coming out.
Yep. You know, and in this situation, you know, you should be bunting towards first base if you're going to bunt. But
Micah winds and fires, and a big swing and a miss from Rodriguez.
you're not going to see a bunt now.
I think it was a straight change.
Yeah.
What's the count? 2-2 or 3-2?
2-2.
2-2. Swing and a miss as he gets Rodriguez for the second time today. The 6th punch out for Micah in a beautiful, beautiful time for it.
Now he's facing Connor Bloom.
Yep. Connor Bloom now the man standing in. Left on left. Strike. So 2 gone here in the 4th. 2 men on. The first run of the game scored in this inning as well. Micah trying to limit it. And decent cut there by Bloom as he fouled it straight back. But Micah now has him in the hole 0-2.
Just noticed we got football coach Jeff Hutton over here.
Oh, really?
Coach Tom Donovan.
Oh, yeah?
I think he was down doing some workouts down on the football field.
Swing and a miss. Micah elevates a fastball that time, and he's able to get out of the inning with no further damage. But we will go to the bottom of the 1st with Saugus having broken the ice there as they're up now 1-0. There's a leadoff single by Sorko, a infield hit, a balk, a sacrifice, and a wild pitch.
So if you're just joining us, we are now in the bottom of the 4th inning, and we're going to see, we got ourselves a pitcher's duel.
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot of base runners
No.
on either team. But as Dom just pointed out, Saugus just scored a run off of pretty much everything, a whole lot of ways you can move on the bases we saw in that,
Yeah.
in that one play.
Credit to Micah, though, in that inning, and it was a frustrating inning, and you could clearly tell he was frustrated.
Yeah.
But he was able to bear down and get those last 2 guys to strike out to get himself out of that inning with no more damage.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to see Devin Koloski back in his usual role as the leadoff guy. Expect to see, if Devin can get on base, expect to see a lot of movement going on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a nice inning and a nice part of the lineup for Beverly to have up if you are looking to answer back immediately. Devin Koloski, Charlie Solano, and Casey McGrath, 2, 3, and 4, all scheduled to face Bernard in this 4th inning. Bernard has been the model of efficiency. Yes. The only reason he has not faced the minimum was because of an error.
Yeah.
Just 2 strikeouts. He has not been overpowering, but he has certainly pitched extremely well.
Yeah, he's just keeping him off balance. You know, he's got he's been mixing his pitches around. Pretty efficient, only throwing about 40 pitches. A lot of fly ball outs.
Yep.
Which on a
Actually, it's been all some sort of fly ball pop out, except for a strikeout by McKay.
Yeah. And the first batter of the game.
Well, Charlie grounded out as well.
Yeah.
But since the 1st inning, it's all been.
Yep.
Devin takes that in the right field. Is that going to drop?
And he makes the play.
I told you, Rich, the ball has just been hanging up today.
That ball definitely looked like it was going to drop.
I 100% thought that ball was going to drop. There was not a doubt in my mind off the bat that Devin had just started this inning with a leadoff single.
Right fielder Shane Borka has made a couple of nice plays over there. He's actually got 3 out of the last 4 outs now.
Charlie looks at a gorgeous breaking ball to start the at-bat. That is so tough for a hitter when you can start the at-bat with a first pitch strike on an off-speed. Another breaking ball as Charlie beats it on the ground over to first. First baseman makes the play, takes it over the bag himself, and Cam Bernard will not let up. 2 quick outs to begin the 4th. And that'll bring up Casey, who popped out to the shortstop, sort of in that little no man's land out in left field, I believe, his first time. Breaking ball, that's not there. Okay, it is.
Not a fan of these slow reacting umpires.
Yeah, I am never.
Call the pitch.
I've never been a fan of that. That's a strike as well.
You know what? I mean, he is yelling strike, but we've got headphones on.
Yeah.
Can't always hear. Did hear that one. Casey trying to keep this inning going. John laying off that one.
Yep. So conditioned to have to go out there and swing at that. But Casey, good job recognizing that that one was high as well. And not going after it. The 1-2. That's strike 3 call.
Call that one, though. Casey disagrees with it.
And I'll tell you, for Cam Bernard and Saugus, that is just what the doctor ordered. You finally break the ice, you get a lead, and then your pitcher is able to very easily and efficiently 1, 2, 3 set them down to get your boys right back in the dugout and in a position maybe to score more runs.
Yeah, and he only threw about 8 pitches that inning, so
that's what I mean.
That really kind of helps you. You get you guys back at the plate. You save your arm a little. Not too bad. Not a bad performance so far.
Mm-hmm. Was he just sharing some words with you?
It looked like it. It did look like it. And now the umpire is going to go talk to each other. So what do we think they're saying right now?
He just tossed them. Just kidding.
All right, this guy's
that can't happen much.
Complaining about balls and strikes here. What do we do? This is what he might be saying. Or maybe he's saying, hey, what do you think? Are those pitches inside or outside?
Or maybe they're saying, hey, you know what? Both of these pitchers are pretty good. They've been around the strike zone no matter what. We don't need to speed this game up a ton, maybe.
Yeah. Could also be, asking maybe about that block call.
Could be. Could be.
I thought, I was in the process of saying that almost was a block.
No, I know.
They called it. So.
I certainly.
So if we're seeing it, I think it was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
All right, so we know Beverly's playing Gloucester in football at home, their first game of the season.
Okay.
Listen to Coach Hutton talk about the schedule.
All right, so 9-1-2 scheduled to face Micah. Strike. Kelleher, Sorko, and Riley.
Micah at about 60 pitches now. Don't think you're going to see anybody coming in for relief.
Strike. Micah ahead now 0-2. I always want to make sure that you get this guy at the bottom of the order before the lineup turns over.
Yeah, that was something I was talking to Coach Malaya about. The Marblehead game, the number 9 hitter came up with a big RBI single. And the guy who scored had walked, right? And that's one of those things that we we notice, oh, nice pitch.
Yep.
He knew it.
Breaking ball froze him for strike 3.
You know, we constantly are saying that walks kill. And when you walk a guy and your number 9 hitter knocks him in, that's one of those things that you really hate to see. I mean, sometimes you're facing a good lineup where your number 9 hitter is a pretty good hitter.
Swung on, he hits on decently, but right at Danny Pierce, the second baseman, who takes it in and makes the play. So Nathan is retired. Nathan, the man who has the hardest hit ball of the day. That doubled back in the second. So now 2 away, and Tyler Riley to the plate. Tyler is 0 for 2. Flied out to the center fielder and struck out back in the third.
Coming up our way.
Yep. Right to Coach Hutton.
Coach Hutton, let's see what his arm looks like. Oh, he's going to give it to Peter O'Brien. Let Peter O'Brien do the work.
He was ready, though. I say he reacted right away in that 3-point stance.
High fastball right there. He knows he shouldn't have been swinging at that.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. McManus 2 punch-outs in the 5th, and boy, I'll tell you, he did match Bernard's 4th inning as well. And a great comeback inning for Micah.
Yep, low pitch count that inning. So I'd like to see that. And if you get him swinging, there's no argument over balls and strikes.
McManus 10 punch-outs over his 5 innings of work.
Now you got to get some base runners if you're Beverly. Try to make some stuff happen. And McManus going to be leading off, so he can help his own cause.
Yeah. McManus, McLean, and McKay.
Like I said, it sounds like an Irish law firm.
It really does.
Yeah, Micah could really help himself out here just by getting on base. Doesn't really matter how he does it. Just get on base. See him lean into one, maybe.
Whatever it takes.
Well, he's a left-handed hitter. He can lean into it. He can hit his right arm. That can affect his pitching up.
At no point today has Beverly gotten the leadoff man on. The only time they got a man on was by way of the error back in the second. And they were 2 outs in the inning already.
You know, I had read somewhere that Dwight Gooden was a natural left-handed hitter. But when he played in the majors, he switched to the right side to protect his throwing.
Okay. I mean, it's not like it mattered what he did at the plate for the most part. So
right.
No one cared.
Pretty good pitcher back in his day, though.
Oh, yeah.
So Micah fly to left last at-bat. One of those death triangle type of fly balls.
Like we said, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the wind or something has been making the ball hang up a little bit longer.
That one, that ball did just keep on hanging.
That one sort of took off on the center fielder a little bit as he just kept backpedaling, thinking he was there and had to keep backpedaling.
Just kept on backpedaling. The sun in his eyes, too.
Yeah. But there's another fly ball out at the end of the day. Oh, that was a wicked breaking ball.
Yeah. But, you know, there aren't many baseball fields in the country where home plate is facing the sun. As you can imagine, be difficult for a hitter.
Oh, yeah.
As was the case for Ray Chapman many years ago. A batter who was facing the sun. Pitch killed him.
Swung on, grounded into the hole. Shortstop over there. Kicks off. I don't know if he was going to make the play anyway.
I think that was going to be a hit anyway. All right, so McLean gets himself on base.
I'm going to call it a hit because I don't think he fields that and throws him out anyway.
Tell you the truth, I would have said don't even bother throwing it if you did field it.
So if you do score it a hit, that is the first hit of the game for the Panthers.
Yeah. I scored it a hit. So.
I did too. Because, again, even if he fields that thing, I really don't think he's making that long throw and throwing him out. Not only was that thing in the hole, it was not hit that hard.
Outside strike.
Yep. So here is McKay, who struck out his last time, back in second. First time the Panthers have had a guy on with less than 2 outs.
Ooh, ball in the dirt.
I know.
Good eye there by Cal. Oh, delayed
Yeah, kind of a delayed steal, and he's going to get in there safely. I was more just reacting to the of the call.
I know.
So tough.
That one again, that you know, some of those outside strikes, you say, okay, that one seemed pretty far off the plate.
I know. But at least McLean able to take second there on a delayed steal.
Yeah. Now expect that, you know, that outside pitch again, or the breaking ball down in on Cal, giving him space out in left center. He takes that outside pitch.
Panthers now with easily their best chance of the day to get on the scoreboard with a man at second and 1 out. 2 strikes, though, now on McKay. Breaking ball on the inner half, and that was beautiful. There was nothing to argue about there. Bernard has snapped off some real nice breaking balls. He's been able to throw it for strikes and get guys to chase.
All right, so J. Ray coming up. Flat out to center his last at bat.
He hit it pretty well, actually, if I remember correctly. You know, Rich, we talked about winning the games that you should win, and I did throw in the caveat, though, of, you know, sometimes you just run into a guy who's just on, and you run into a buzzsaw. Right now, Bernard has been that buzzsaw. Jonathan takes that into center field. Center fielder didn't look like he had the most comfortable break on that. Bit of an adventure for him twice in that inning. But at the end of the day, all that matters is the results, and both times it found the letter.
And I got Bernard at about 60 pitches. I may have missed a few here and there, but pretty low pitch count.
Yeah.
Make him hit it.
So once again, a scoreless inning for Cam Bernard. The no-hitter is gone, though.
Yep.
At least on my scoreboard.
Yeah, it depends on, you know, both teams may have different judgments on that. Can always go back and change it, you know, as we saw Major League Baseball do last week. 7 days later, they changed the guy's stat.
That's crazy.
To a hit.
Micah getting ready for his 6th inning of work, fresh off what might even have been his best inning of work so far back in the 4th. It was quick, easy. It was 2 punch outs, and he also faced the 1 and 2 hitters, so it wasn't just bottom of the lineup.
Well, knowing he's not going to be pitching tomorrow or on Monday, you can pretty much use him as much as you need. As long as he's feeling right out there, just go. And then you bring him back maybe on Wednesday. We'll probably see tomorrow, Charlie Salerno.
Which I have my pitching comp for Charlie, finally.
Do you?
Yeah, it's Juan Cruz.
Okay. That's going to be out of play.
Juan Cruz enjoyed a very nice career as a very effective middle reliever and starter sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, more than middle reliever, he was kind of a setup man. Really good stuff. All right, going to talk something over with the third base coach. This is Cam Sorko, by the way, who has 2 of the 4 hits so far tallied by Saugus. Singled in the first and singled and scored back in the fourth.
Yep.
It was an infield hit that Jonathan had to come in on, and Casey could not quite finish off picking it out of the dirt. But it was clearly a hit. It was a real tough play.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough play regardless. Cam's got decent wheels. You know, the thing is with this field, it's a big infield.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so maybe your infielders, your middle infielders could take a step or 2 forward.
Strike? Nope.
Oh, I thought he grooved that one in there. I think Micah thought he grooved it in there.
I think he did too.
Yeah, that was a nice pitch.
2-2. But it wasn't on the outer half. So
Right,
he didn't get it. Swung on, hit on the ground over to Jonathan. Jonathan has it.
He's going.
He's going. Had a nice ricochet. They'll get him out at second. He was dead to rights.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking on that play.
I think, did Casey just get enough of it that it didn't squirt away very far?
Yeah, it's the ball just bounced. The ball was in the infield.
Yeah.
Casey did a nice job getting to it. And let's see. So that's a hit.
Wait, you would call that a
No,
hit?
no, I'm sorry. That would be
an error. That'd be error and then out 3-6.
Yep. All right, so Mikey catches a break there.
More football? You like the Patriots?
All right.
First pitch of the ball. To Bork. Outside. Ball 2. Yeah, it's not like that ball really squirted away. You know, like you said, Casey got enough of it to keep it within a few feet of him.
Fly ball in the right field. Is that trouble? Is that going to...
No. And I'll say the thing about that play was Casey realized what was happening, got up quickly, and made a nice throw that beat Sirocco by quite a bit.
Yeah. Like I said, they ended up having him dead to rights over there at second.
Yeah, so Mike catches a break there. Sirocco was hoping to do what he had done the last time he was on base, but didn't work out.
Ground ball over to second. Danny has it. Plenty of time. Makes the play and 2 away. And then I'll bring in Zeitz now. Zeitz has popped out and walked.
One of the only players who hasn't struck out.
Yeah. As we mentioned, Micah, 10 punch-outs. The only other man who hasn't struck out is Cam Sorko. Oof, that one is laced right back up the middle and into center field. And now Zeitz will join Cam with a hit. And I don't know, maybe the second hardest hit ball of the day.
Yeah.
Looked like something off speed that just stayed up and out over a little bit more than Micah would have wanted it to.
Okay, so we're going to see a runner for Bernard. Nope, not for Bernard, for Zeitz. And
Is he going to come in and play defense then, too? You don't get a courtesy runner for third baseman.
they do have re-entry, though.
Oh, okay.
So again, that is Javier Cruz Fuentes coming in to run.
Now, Cam Bernard has struck out in the second, singled back in the fourth. Strike.
Is that inside strike?
He's been working the breaking ball pretty good in to right-handers.
Bernard looking to help himself out of here with an insurance run, maybe. Slide step. What do you think about a left-handed pitcher using a slide step?
I mean, I don't mind it. Just changing it up. I always hate when a pitcher tries to still throw a breaking ball on a slide step.
Yeah.
That is what I hate. I don't think you're getting the nice same sort of downward body movement to make sure that you're getting that ball down. I feel like it's a great way to hang a breaking ball.
That would be a good time to throw a pickoff.
Yeah, it would. Not going to do it. But he will throw a very nice painted fastball on the outer half and get Bernard to wave and miss at it. And now 2 strikes on Cam.
Now would be an even better time.
Breaking ball. Started it high, had Bernard bending out of the way and dropped it down on the inner half for strike 3. The 11th punch out for Micah in his 6 innings, and on to the bottom of the 6th. 1-0 still the score, though, here.
Yeah, so Micah's over 80 pitches now, so it'll be interesting to see if he comes back out. It doesn't look like he's struggling much.
No, he looks fine.
Yeah, but they might throw somebody else in there for that last inning. We can't see the bullpen, so don't really know.
Do you think there's a chance here? If they took the lead in this inning, they scored twice. Could you see Graham Gavin close out a game, or it's not that long ago?
Graham pitched on Wednesday.
Oh, okay, no.
So he's not capable. My guess is they probably bring in Salerno, but
I mean,
he's
with the way
probably pitching tomorrow.
in that case, I wouldn't take out Micah.
Yeah, I forget what the limit is on pitches.
Is it 90 or 100?
Yeah, I don't remember.
You'd think it'd be in that range.
This is where we need Al.
I know.
Yeah, it's in that range. I want to say 95 or 100, something like that.
All right, so it'll be O'Leary and then turning it over to the top of the lineup in Pierce and Kolosky, all scheduled to face Bernard here in the 6th.
Yeah, the Panthers would love to get O'Leary on base right now.
No, they would. Cam Bernard has been nothing short of masterful here through his first 5 innings, keeping the Panthers off the scoreboard. In this 1-0 game, Micah has matched him for the most part, almost pitch for pitch. O'Leary swung on high fly. That's going to fall foul. Micah, 11 punch-outs through his 6 innings of work. Bernard's has been quite a bit different, as he has 4 punch-outs through his 5 innings of work.
But Bernard's pitch count is really low, so I don't think you got to worry about having to pull him out.
No.
He's going the distance.
I think so. Unless the Panthers can have a big inning here.
Yeah.
Mikey swung on. That's hit pretty well in the center field. Is that going to get down?
Oh,
it does.
Misjudged that. That's going to be a double at least. Yeah, it's going to be a double.
Nope, it's not. No. Mikey pulled up.
Okay, not a double. Only a single.
Mikey got scared off for a minute there.
Okay, so you get your leadoff guy on first base. Pierce will be bunting him over. They're probably going to pinch run for O'Leary. Actually, courtesy run. He's a catcher. That's
Mikey being the catcher, just not as confident in his speed.
Yeah,
Rich, and nobody out in the top of the order coming up. I can see the caution.
Yeah, I didn't see how he came out of the box, how hard he,
Oh no, he was going hard. He was actually pretty far up the in between first and second, but still decided to put on the brakes and head back.
Yeah.
Which again, nobody out in the top of the order coming back up. I can completely understand why being so cautious.
Foul. Okay, so who is the runner? I can't see.
Danny so far 0 for 2, grounded out to short and flied out to center field.
Okay, so that's Jonah Bellew, the other catcher.
There he goes, and he is going to be very out.
Good strong throw.
Yeah, that was. And Bellew just did not get a very good jump on that either. But as you mentioned, still you got to execute on the throw down, and the catcher made a very nice throw. And they gunned him down. That one missing badly on the outer half.
That ball was kind of in the dirt, too. Catcher did a nice job.
Breaking ball and a really good one.
Nasty breaking ball there.
Yes, he got a big swing and a miss from Pierce. I feel like he has yet to even hang one.
Yeah.
That was a decent one there, but a good job by Danny
to
fighting
that off.
To keep his hands back when his body was lunged out in front and foul it off. He's thrown back-to-back ones. Will he triple up on it, or will he go back to the fastball? I don't know what that was, but it's hit pretty well in the center field. The center fielder mostly right at him, though. And that is unfortunate, because Danny put a pretty good charge in that.
I know.
Nothing against Bernard. He has truly been masterful, but also some balls that have been hit pretty well have ended up hit right at center fielders. It just kind of starting to feel like one of those days, is it not?
Yeah. The right fielder and center fielder just making a lot of plays.
The right fielder made a sliding catch on the ball. I think Koloski had hit an inning, 2 innings ago.
Called that a strike.
So 2 gone for Koloski, who struck out in the first, and as we mentioned, flied out to the right fielder on that diving catch back in the 4th. That was the one that we were for sure thought was going to fall in.
Dylan just having to fight that.
It stayed fair, too.
Ooh, made the play, yep.
This is what I mean by that kind of day. How did that ball stay fair?
I know. Yeah. All right, so
I could hear it in your voice. You wrote that off as a foul ball.
Oh yeah. I thought he was just fighting it off, and the ball just didn't want to go out. And that's a tough one, because Dylan, Devin's just trying to, knowing how the outside strike has been called, he's just trying to fight that off.
Oh yeah.
And just rolled right to the first baseman.
That had some weird English to it.
Yeah.
New pitcher.
Is that Connor Connolly?
Yeah, it looks like it.
All right, so Mike had pitched himself a pretty good one.
Oh, yeah.
Only gave up the 1 run.
Micah pitched himself a very good game.
Yeah.
Micah pitched himself a game that he would be in line to win about 90% of the time, you would think.
But, Beverly's offense scuffling, and, much of that is the pitching performance from Bernard.
Mm-hmm.
But, they've been struggling, stringing together hits over the last couple of games. And we've seen they've only got 2 hits? 1?
I have
got 2 hits.
Yeah, I have him down for just 2.
Yeah.
Colby's infield 1, and then Mikey's single back end. That's like So Conley, the man on the hill here. We'll close the book on Micah in just a second. 7, 8, and 9 scheduled to face him. Jordan Rodriguez, Connor Bloom, and Connor Kelleher.
Oh, I saw that.
Whew. Conley is throwing much harder than I remember.
Yeah, he is. He's throwing pretty hard now.
Jeez, you can hear it. And now working here to a bottom of the order that Micah, actually not a single person in this part of the lineup put the ball in play against Micah. So you expect Conley to really be heavy on his fastball.
So McManus, 6 innings, 11 strikeouts, 1 walk, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run. Yep, only 1 earned run in that whole bunch. As you said, Dom, plenty good enough to win a game, but their offense is just not where it needs to be right now.
No.
Early season still, you tend to see that happen.
Jordan Rodriguez, the man standing in, and Conley missing high with that fastball. Straight.
Connor, a very different kind of pitcher than Micah.
Oh, yes.
Coming from the other side.
The arm action, power fastball.
Still has that,
he really does look,
that movement on the fastball.
He really does look like he added 3 or 4 miles an hour on that
Yeah.
thing since I last saw him. I do not remember it being quite like this.
Moves pretty quickly out there, too.
Yeah, he does.
I like to see that.
Jordan lines it over to Jonathan Reyes, hangs up a little bit there. Sort of off the end of the bat, and an easy put out for Reyes.
Connor in bloom.
Strike. Painting that outer half. Did you actually say Connor in bloom?
Yeah, I did. I did. Go with the Chris Berman commentary.
Connor swung on, slow roller. The first baseman has it. He's going to have to flip to Conley. And Conley is there in time and 2 away.
Ran that just the way you practice it.
Mm-hmm.
Get up the line and get the flip.
Battle of the Connors to end this inning.
Kind of losing his balance. Connolly, that is.
No, I guess not Connors, you're right. Conley, but...
Oh, Connor Connolly.
Oh, it is Connor, thank you. I thought it was.
Yeah. going to be out of play. No, maybe not.
The wind's blowing it back.
Casey makes the play.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice play by Casey McGrath over there.
I told Rich, the wind's doing funny things today.
Yep.
And it blew that one right back into the field of play.
So Connor Connolly with 10 pitches there. Not bad.
Yep.
All right, so the Panthers with their last chance here.
And they will get the meat of the order at least,
Yeah.
the 3, 4, and 5. Charlie Salerno, Casey McGrath, and Micah McManus. Although I didn't see, is McManus actually going to hit?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because I didn't see him out in the field.
Then probably not. They'll probably keep the DH.
He could have been in the field.
Well,
though.
no, actually, the DH is in for a fielder. So.
Oh, yeah.
So that was Connor Connolly,
Yeah.
who was out there pitching for the Panthers.
Yeah, that was Tom Donovan asked. Tom came over and asked the question.
And then he left.
And he did.
Yeah.
Tom, you want to get on the mic real quick?
Yeah, I know. We're gonna have to bring Tommy in for a guest appearance. One of these
There's a
days.
lot of people who have asked for guest appearances, I'll be honest.
Well,
Ian Visnick asked for one,
yeah.
which I would be happy to bring Ian on.
Well, Ian's off at college right now.
No,
so-
I know. It'd be happy. It'd be when he's back.
Yeah. But, you know, we don't have a lot of home games this year. Only 7 home games.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Lucci, you know, I met him once.
So,
you know,
and
Maybe they'll get a playoff.
this is our third, so,
Maybe look at a playoff game at home.
yeah.
Gotta hope.
Yep.
We can hope. I gotta go look at the schedule and see when does college get out? I forget.
Well, it depends on the
college.
college, right? Yeah, my son, he'll be done on the first week of May. So he'll be back.
That's early.
Griff will be back, yeah. Well, my daughter graduates May 5th.
Congrats.
May 4th or something like that. One of those dates.
Charlie fouling that one off. Cam Bernard out there trying to complete this game. The complete game shutout is what he would need to pull, though, to guarantee himself a win, as Micah matched him for the most part most of the way, and this is just a one-run game, 1-0. That one on the outer half and in for a strike, and he's got Salerno now 0-2.
Yeah, Bernard's only given up 2 hits today.
That one low, trying to get Charlie to go fishing on that off speed, and Charlie was able to spit on it.
Nice job laying off that pitch.
Mm-hmm. Charlie.
Oh, that's down.
That's going to drop.
Oh, foul.
Oh.
That would have been probably would have been a double.
It's not their day, Rich.
I know.
Feels like every single one of these bang plays, balls is just not falling in.
And that's going to be...
And that's probably going to be an out as he pops that one up. The third
makes the
baseman
play.
off in foul territory, and of course it's not going to trail a little bit farther to get out of play.
Yeah, this game's moving along at a pretty good clip, too.
It's moving along at a crazy clip.
At the hour-and-a-half mark, as we are in the 7th inning. Not too bad. Casey McGrath.
Casey swinging a miss. Oh, that one is
that's going to be down.
That's definitely going to be down.
Hey, it's going to go for 2.
That grass
Should
cuts
be able
it
to get
short,
there.
so he's going to be able to cruise into second. A double for Casey McGrath, the first extra base hit of the game for the Panthers. And now the tying run in scoring position with just 1 out.
And this is Micah McManus. Now, Micah is not the pitcher of record anymore, but he could definitely still help himself.
What do you mean? He is the pitcher of record.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Of-
He's
did
not,
he
he's
get a
not
lot?
the pitcher. He's not the pitcher pitching now, I should say.
Yeah.
He
But
is,
Micah-
he is the pitcher of record. He'd like to erase that right
Yes.
now.
Micah with a chance to get himself off the record.
Yes.
right here.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I know what you were trying to say.
Yeah.
Because I was actually about to say the same thing. I was saying Micah can get himself off the record with one swing right here. Oh, my God, to go out of the zone there
that's because you know it's going to be called a strike.
I know. That one was so far, though. It might not have been. But,
yeah, probably wouldn't have been called a strike.
But, you know, you can't blame him for it.
Yeah.
You cannot. The way that strike zone has been called.
Breaking ball inside.
No doubt. You feel that level of urgency to go out there and get it. Has to
right,
go back out there again.
Move.
That's a slow roller. The shortstop has to come in. That's a tough
throw.
The
run's going to score.
He's going to come in to score, and you could see that playing out, Rich.
All right, so now...
Because I know he had time to throw out Micah, but I did think in my head, man, this is dangerous.
Yes,
you might want to just eat it just because.
Yeah, and, you know, and I'll say this. Casey McGrath running in front of the shortstop might have delayed him making that play a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't interfere with him, but it was just enough to kind of mess a guy up. And like you said, slow roller there. He's probably going to beat that out anyway. So maybe you don't want to make that throw. So now you tied it up and you put the winning run on second base.
I did score an error, though. I do think he was going to throw him out. But the risk reward there, I did think there was a very good case to just say, even if I can get him, maybe I just eat this.
Yeah, I know. Or you fake the throw when you get the guy over at third.
Yeah, you could do that as well. But that had trouble written all over it.
All right, so McLean's up now. He had the hit last inning.
Mm-hmm. Panthers have been stifled offensively all day, but now, in the last inning, a chance to now even take the lead after tying it there. Oh, that's such a good breaking ball.
Now, I will say this. Coach Cahill loves to steal third base.
He does.
You get a right-handed hitter. You're probably going to see some kind of breaking ball here.
It's not an overly aggressive lead.
No.
Oh, there it goes. There he goes. There he goes. High pitch.
Safe.
It's off his glove. Is he going to try? He is going to try. He's got time. Here's the throw. And the Panthers win it. Not quite the way you draw it up, but at the end of the day, Beverly, having been stifled all day long, Cam Bernard shutting them out, come up with a win in their last AB in the 7th inning. 2 runners scoring by way of, error. But aggressive base running, and it was a double at least, and a well-hit ball by McGrath that got this all started. My scorebook is a mess.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I'm supposed to play this right now, but who cares?
Well, I would
it's
call
a steal
that
and an error.
a steal, an E5.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily put that on the catcher.
No.
So, Micah McManus, we had said, had pitched well enough to win a game. He doesn't get the win.
No.
But he did all the other stuff to help himself, to clear himself as the pitcher of record, and to help his buddy Connor Connolly.
And by the way, 0-2, and he goes back out of the strike zone again, doing a great job at least putting bat on ball.
Yeah.
Good things can happen at least when you at least put the ball in play.
Yeah.
And that's what he was able to do. Eventually leads to the slow roller, leads to the bad throw because the shortstop has to rush it, and it's a tie ball game.
Yeah. And so, hey, unfortunately for Cam Bernard, who threw about an 80-pitch game and was 1 out away, and, a couple errors away from getting the win there. And, if you're Saugus' coach, you go over and say, okay, guys, that kind of stuff happens. We got to tighten some stuff up. We got to play the way we got to play. And, say, Cam, here's a game ball because you still pitched great. And if you coach Cahill, you say, Micah, same thing. You pitched great. We didn't really help you, and you kind of did what you had to do. Casey gets himself on base, and, Casey McGrath doing a nice job making something happen with that double. And, hey, as we said, you got to beat the teams you got to beat. You got to try to steal some stuff
Yeah.
when you can, and Beverly did that today.
Absolutely, absolutely. On cue, though, by you, too, saying how much they like to steal third.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that'll do it from us here at Brother Roberts Field. The Panthers pull out a robbery here in the end after a beautiful job by Cam Bernard all day long. Win it 2-1. A beautiful job by Micah McManus, though he is not the pitcher of record. Connolly will be. But anyway, so we will be back. When is actually
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday against Danvers down here.
So we'll be back here on Wednesday against Danvers again. From Dominic Lorenzano, Rich Francis, Panthers take this one 2-1 and have a great rest of your weekend, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll see you later.